So I just wanted to give another update. I'm currently cycle day 15, and I just had an appointment this morning. I'll kind of start from last week and give you the update. So today's Monday. We went last Wednesday for an appointment, and they did the ultrasound, and I only had 2 follicles that were growing, and I had one that was at 12 millimeters and one that was at 10 millimeters. I think that's the measurement. And they need to be 18 to 24 range at least to get pregnant. And so at that point, for me, a 10 and a 12 was good. They were growing fast for my normal. So I was really excited. I was like, this is great. This is going to be a good month. And all last week, I did Brevell injection, which is the FSH injection. And I did a full vial every day, Monday through Thursday of last week. And so I went, Wednesday, and so she was like, okay, everything looks good. So I went back Friday because they thought that they were growing so good that I would need my trigger shot either Friday or Saturday, so they wanted me to come back in 2 days later. So we go back Friday, and my 2 follicles that were 10 and 11, or 11 and 12, 11 and 12, they were both 13. So one only grew 1 millimeter, and one grew 2 millimeters, but they're still too small, and that's not big enough to produce the egg to get pregnant. So I was so disappointed. I was so upset because I thought things were going so well. I was really hopeful. I was like, this is the month. This is going to happen. And then it was like they just pretty much stopped growing. They were even smaller than they were last month. And so we were like, okay, well, what are we going to do? So the doctor decided to put me on 1.5 injections, and which is like 1.5, oh gosh, I don't know what the measurements are in a syringe, but where I was just taking 1 cc or 1 milliliter, now I was taking 1.5. And then I was going to have to buy them. I was going to have to buy 5 Brevell injections. And I don't know how much they are other places, but the pharmacy I have to get them at, they're $78 because my insurance doesn't cover it. So I was like, I don't know how in the world I'm going to afford 5 of these. But luckily my nurse, love my nurse, she was able to get me 3 samples. So I only had to buy 2. So I got those. So Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night, I took the 1.5 injection. And then I went back today. Today's Monday. I went back to the doctor this morning to do a follow-up ultrasound, see how things were going, and make sure that they were actually growing. And so I had the 2 that were 13 were now both 18. One was 18.14 and one was 18.46. So that's a good place. The month I got pregnant with twins last year, I had one at 18 something and one at 15.76, I think. So having 2 at 18, almost 18 and a half, is really exciting for me. So I'm back to feeling hopeful. I feel like this is going to be a good month. I take the trigger shot tonight. I take the trigger shot tonight, and then tomorrow I start back on the blood thinners. And then Thursday night I start progesterone, and then I have to, starting Friday, twice a day progesterone. And then we'll see. So I'm officially in the 2-week wait. Well, I guess not quite. I have another day or so because I'll take the trigger shot today, and I think within 36 hours is when you ovulate. But I'm excited. I'm feeling good about it. I think our chances are good. The doctor, she was really happy with the size they were. She was concerned about a multiple pregnancy. They don't want me to have a multiple pregnancy. From the last time where I did have twins, I ended up losing both of them. And the issues that I have, the clotting issues, it just puts it at a higher risk. So they would rather it be just a single pregnancy, so that they have an easier time monitoring everything. But I would be fine if we had twins, as long as knowing ahead of time the issues, if we can get everything under control, then I would be okay with it. It's all in God's hands and what He wants. but I'm excited. And what they usually, she didn't do this last month. I can't remember if they did it last year, because it was about a year ago. It was November of 2011, January of 2012 when we went before. So it's been a while since we met. But I know she didn't do it last month, but today my nurse looks at the calendar. She's like, okay, today's the 11th, so 2 weeks from now. So she was like, okay, we expect to hear from you on or before, like this date. So it really just made me feel good. Made me feel like my odds are good, the chances are good. They, of course, gave us the schedule for when we have to do the baby dance. So, yeah, I guess that's about it. It's exciting. I was excited about this month, and then I was nervous. I thought it wasn't going to happen this month, but now I'm back to excited, feeling positive. So we will see. I take the trigger shot tonight, so that lasts at least 10 days. And last time what I did is I took it on a Sunday, and the following, not the next day, but the following Monday, I started taking tests just so I could see when it was out of my system, so I didn't get a false positive. Because the month I got pregnant, I tested 10 days after, because I didn't know that the HCG stays in your system for 10 days. So I took a test 10 days after and got a positive, didn't think anything of it, until I go in and they tell me that it might be a false positive. So this time, last month, I was like, I'm going to make sure, I'm going to test until I get a negative, or if it just gets darker, so that I know for sure if I am pregnant and that it's not just a false positive. So I will probably start taking tests next Tuesday or so. I'll give it enough time to where I can see the end, because I want to see a positive, and then I want to see it get to negative, so that I know I'm starting fresh, that this is a true positive. So yeah, that is where we're at now. I will talk to you guys soon, hopefully with some good news. And yeah, if y'all have any questions, just let me know. Talk to you later. Bye.